is Genevieve. Thank you for tuning in to the Northern Static series on CFUR 88.7 FM. You can find us online at cfur.ca. We're broadcasting from the traditional unceded territory of the Lheidli, and this initiative is made possible by the Community Radio Fund of Canada. Our guest today has had a long musical history with many collaborators and projects, the most notable being Expedición Humboldt, a group that he founded which has performed many times across Mexico. Since moving to Prince George, Aquiles Tarumba has formed a new band called Limelight, which has played at several venues around Prince George. Aquiles is also known for their solo material and has recently been showcased at the Winter Regional Music Festival Cold Snap. Aquiles Tarumba, welcome to the Northern Static series.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great as well. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we're so excited to have you here at CFUR Studios. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
In which way?
I guess however you want to take that question. Yeah.
I am Aquiles Tarumba. I love to sing. I love to write songs. I know. I feel like music for me saved my life in many ways, and it's like a way to, I don't know, makes like life lighter when you just sing and put down all the feelings and ideas that you are struggling or it's not only about struggling, you know, like the things that are like in your head and your heart, and it's so lovely. I think that's what I love the most about doing music and writing songs. And I don't know, I love poetry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I guess let's go back in time a little bit. When would you say your journey as a musician started?
It started when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah. I just started to play guitar, and since the beginning I realized that I didn't want to do covers, like at least in the beginning. After I realized that it was a good thing, but in the beginning I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do my own songs. And yeah, I just started to do it and like make bands, and they all disband at some point. Then I started to meet like other musicians in my hometown, where we started to do like more solid projects. And yeah, it was just a matter of time to find the right people. And yeah, it have been such a beautiful journey. Yeah.
So 15, what changed at 15? Like, was there someone in your life that kind of inspired you to pick up the guitar, or was it like a long time coming?
Yeah, for sure. I had many important people to help me in my career, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I just started to play guitar, I was in high school, and there was this article. Everyone was playing a song on the guitar. I definitely didn't play anything because I didn't know it at all. Like, not a chord, not anything. And finally, the guitar came to my friend who was beside me. And he was same as me, like, no, I don't play guitar. And they all were pushing him like, sure, you should know at least melody or something, a riff, whatever. And he was like, okay, I just know this. And he started to play the bass line of the Stand By Me.
Oh, nice.
And that got stuck in my head so hard that as soon as I got back home, I took a guitar that fortunately I had at home, and by memory and by hearing, I started to play that bass line till I finally got it. That was the moment when I discovered that I had like not a bad hearing at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, like then after like friend's mom taught me the chords, and then I started to meet other musicians, and like I got for sure influenced by all of them, and like just to jam with all of them. every time that I jammed with a different person, I learn like
Yeah.
something different. Like as a beginner, as a starter, as a learner, it was so nice to be in that environment. I always felt like around by musicians and interesting people.
Yeah, and that's such a good piece, I think, to share with up and coming musicians. Like, where do I start? How do I get better, right? And jamming with other people and learning from everyone around you is such an important piece of that.
Yeah.
And just playing with people, playing with everyone around you. That's a great piece of advice to pass along to up and coming musicians. Yeah, that's cool.
And then also, like, I remember when I just started my first band, there was in my hometown, I don't know, it's kind of cool. We had like such a cool music scene in there. There was this, I don't know, 3-4 bands into the kind of indie rock scene.
Yeah.
That they were playing so good, like shoegaze, noise rock kind of thing. But I never had like a real approachment with a really good musician and scene till I met these people, and they had their really good bands and doing their originals and like doing cool things. And it was just shocking, like, whoa, this is so cool. And I felt like they were like more like a real human idol that I had when I just started.
Right.
And I say like real human idol because, yeah, like sometimes we think of Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and they're like kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't dare to say gods, but they're like some kind of entities.
Feels like untouchable.
Untouchable, yeah, right. And when I met these people, it was, like, wow.
Cool.
And just learn and like, it was super nice.
That's awesome. And that's right in your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And where is your hometown?
It's Morelia. It's the capital of Michoacán, Mexico.
And so we're not in Mexico. We're in northern BC. We're in Prince George. How long have you been living here for?
Almost 2 years. I'm like,
wow,
like a year and 9 months.
And how's it been for you?
And the first time, to be honest, it was kind of hard to meet people. And like when I first got here, I just wanted to like to be open with me, but like it was kind of hard to. I'm not saying that they didn't speak to me or talk to me, but like make more like a music relationship.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. Like it's like, who the f- are you? You know, like you just showed here and like want to play with me. Like show me something first, or I don't know. Yeah, but. Yeah, after I started getting more into the, like, knowing the musicians here, and, like, I realized that you guys here in Prince George have a really good music scene as well, and I love it. There's so many projects around, and every time it looks like there's, like, the new generation coming, and it's cool.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah, and it takes a while. I've heard it takes a while to find it. Right? If you don't know where to look, it's a little hard to find. But I feel like that's probably true of anywhere you go, right? It could be a little hard to find that music scene. The question for you about our scene, though, what do you think is missing from our scene, if anything?
To be honest, you don't need anything. You're doing it really well. It's just a matter of time. It's like,
That's great
just
to hear.
keep doing the things. And it's gonna keep blooming and blooming and like just keep doing it the same way. Like I feel like it's very solid. Like there's like media, there's like promoters, there's people who go to the shows and buy merchandising, there's bands playing around, and it's like so solid. It's just keep doing it, doing it.
Totally.
And think big, you know?
Yeah. Awesome. So moving back to, I guess, you're mentioning that you've played in quite a few bands. Could you maybe give us a little history of that? Like maybe the first band that you started and some of the other. Yeah.
Okay. My first band was the Galaxies, that after we turned the for Los Galaxies, kind of mixing like
Yeah.
Spanglish.
Spanglish.
And it's kind of weird. Like, actually, when I started to make music, we were doing lyrics in English.
Okay.
Even when we had such bad English, I know my English is so terrible still,
No.
but like back in the days was even more like it was worse.
Why do you think you chose to write in English?
Because what I just told you guys about the idols, like all this music that I used to listen, it was in their majority English music.
Right.
This is cool, like Radiohead, the Beatles, the Doors, like blah blah blah. So many bands, but like, what's happening in my region in Latin America? And at some point, I started to look more in what we were doing, and I found really, really crazy cool things. But yeah, going back to the question that we were saying, my first band was Los Galaxies. Then start a new band called Lobo Wolf. Also, like, wolf is lobo in Spanish, like kind of mixing again. And I had such a great time with those guys. I feel like that band was kind of cool because we just did songwriting by jamming, you know?
Mm.
And that was so awesome. That's really so hard to find with, like,
Totally.
making a project and just bass by jamming. Like, started to do songs with that. It's, like, really special. We suddenly stopped, like everyone was doing their own thing, and I started a new band called Bufo Bufo. I actually joined to that band. They started the project was kind of solid. Well, they were starting, and I joined after playing guitar, and that was a cool phase as well. Like, I felt like I always was like kind of the front man, like writing songs, and in this project I was just the guitar player.
Right.
And just proposing ideas for arrangements here and there, but like my job was more like playing guitar only, and I enjoy that. Like,
it's nice to kind of like just take a like a back seat, you know? And just kind of like get to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that feeling as well. It's nice to change it up.
Yeah, and that I really liked that band as well. It was kind of like stoner kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like, every time that we played, the people just got crazy. They were like monkeys. Yeah, it was super good. I had so much time with those guys. And then, same thing, like, things start to crack for some reason. And and I started a new band, and this one was Expedition Humboldt. I just found it with the other guitar player and keyboard player and like everything. He plays like everything. And Daniela Mezcua. And since we were like planning the project, I had this curious idea that, as I told you, I always was like, as a songwriter, like doing the songs, but I always was playing an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if we're doing this project, I would like to just sing. And that was another phase that I really enjoyed as well. Like, it was just so beautiful, just like karaoke. Like, I didn't need it to worry about anything. It's just like la la la. It was so nice. I loved just to sing. Yeah, we record an EP with those guys, and we just started to play lots, and it was kind of cool. Like, even after years that we released the album, people still like calling us to do like cool big festivals or things, and we're like, wow, this is like, I don't know, the album was released like 2, 3, 4 years ago, and the people still like calling us like to do cool things, and it's like, wow, I think we did like something good. And then again, things cracked eventually, like entropy, I guess. I don't know. It was like kind of like a breaking up with that band. Like, I felt like it felt like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, what I'm doing, like, and as every breaking up, I feel like you end up like trying to find yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did, and I started to make my solo project. And it was also kind of cool, that process, because in my band with Expedition Humboldt, it was more, like a band. It was every decision that we take, it was consulted with all the members, right?
Right, yeah.
And sometimes I didn't like
Yeah.
that much. Like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I have things so clear in my mind. I enjoy that part that where things were as I wanted, like,
Yeah.
I want this, I'm gonna do it this way. And like, that's why I just, like, when I record these songs, I don't know, I decide to don't record singles, you know? I wanted to try something different. I didn't want it to go with the industry and, like, just, like, consume. I wanted to try songs that I wanted to experiment. And maybe they are not, like, songs to sing along. Yeah, I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And was so relieving. And yeah, like, the 2 songs that I have, they're not singles at all. They're, like, weird songs.
Could you maybe give some advice with all of your experience in different bands that you've been a part of? Could you give some advice to those who are seeking to maintain a band relationship?
It's hard, yeah, like, as every relationship.
Yeah.
It's so hard to, like, keep on and, like, try to understand where it hurts to everyone and, like, where it feels right. I'll say it's just, like, good communication. Like, that's a skill that I've been developing these last couple years, like, trying to be more loyal with myself and my feelings, and don't feel afraid to share them, and, like, put boundaries, you know? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Whenever it doesn't feel good, just say it, and, like... And, of course, there's ways to say the things that you're feeling, right? Or thinking, whatever. It's just good communication.
Yeah. I think that's great advice. So your solo project now, what style, genre do you feel that your music is now, or is it kind of hard to...
That's the hardest question.
Yeah, I know. It's such a hard question.
And, okay.
And I feel like the 2 songs are very different, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say that I'm more like eclectic artist.
Yeah.
I like to experiment with everything. Like, I like to... If I'm imagining a salsa and I'm like, oh, that sounds cool, and maybe I could mix it with this and that, and, like, yeah, I just try to... I like to mix stuff. As a musician, I really don't care to categorize myself. That's not my job. That's more like the listeners, I guess. But, like, when I'm in an interview, I cannot be that. I cannot say that, right? But,
no,
like,
you don't
I'll
have
say
to.
Like, mainly I like to explore pop, rock, alternative music. Definitely, I love pop melodies to, like, being catchy, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I love to do, but, like, yeah, just swing between genres and, like, experiment.
How do you approach songwriting, or is it kind of is that also a hard question?
No.
No?
No.
You have a formula?
I'll say that I'm more like an animal when I'm doing music. I'm more like, it's the instinct more than anything else that I use when I'm there. Picture this, I'm like me in a jungle with a machete and I'm just open my way to find, like, the way out.
Yeah.
That's my songwriting. So sometimes I'm like open the way, and then it's an no end. How do you say?
No way out.
No way out.
No
Yeah,
way out.
there's no way out, and I need to go back. And then, okay, let's start to open my way in this part, and sometimes again no way out, and okay, let's go back until I find my way out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of my process. And of course, I'm more like start with music, with like a cool riff or a cool chord progression or something like that. And then I started just like improvise melodies, and when I feel like I have a good melody, then I started like just like say random words, and then finally comes an idea or something, and then I'm actually then writing like a verse or something.
Yeah, so
that's in general my process. There's people who like do lyrics first and music after. They're weirdos. It's just different, but I try that. It's so hard to me. It's just like I'm not get used to that.
It's kind of a cool exercise to do the opposite of what you're used to, though, and you get a completely different product at the end. Yeah,
I definitely did it in the past. I also like tried to musicalized poems. That's an interesting exercise as well.
Yeah, it's a great idea to try different things, and because sometimes you can get stuck within the same cycle, you know, and you have to like refresh a few things, but it's tricky.
Yeah, I remember a master class that Philip Glass did a master class in my hometown in a music festival international music festival that we celebrate there. And somebody asked him like, hey, how do you do to find your own sound, you know?
That's an
impossible
question.
And he was like, well, actually the hardest job is to forget to leave it behind your own sound and try to renew or find other ways of yourself, you know?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we're so overwhelmed with our own sound, and it's hard to find other ways.
That's a cool take. That's a really hard question. How do you find your own sound? That is hard. How do you feel like your creative process has evolved over time? Like, do you find it quite different from writing for bands, with bands, and solo? Do you feel like that has changed over time?
I don't think that it changed. It just maybe improved. Sometimes when I'm like doing songwriting, most of the time when with people with a band, I feel like I'm schizophrenic. I just started listening music in my head, and I'm like, ooh, this, that, and and in the beginning, I didn't have like that skill. To actually listen music in my head and like play it. And it didn't change. It just improved.
Improved. Yeah. Walk us through a normal day in the life of Aquiles. How often do you find yourself like making music a part of your like daily routine?
I don't push myself very much, to be honest, in the songwriting. I just do it when I feel it.
Yeah.
And when I don't feel it, I don't push myself. Just a couple times I pushed myself to do songwriting, and I found interesting things, and I'm like, oh, I should push myself more often, you know? But like, I'm more like, just when I'm feeling, and more like chill, like just vibing with my needs and my emotions and my, For example, I had like, how do you say that, like creative blocking?
Writer's block or...
Yeah. I had that like for 1 year, 2 years. There's like sometimes some periods that are so long, and it's like, oh man, I feel like sometimes I like wondering, am I still a musician? Like, you know? But suddenly the songs just come to me, and sometimes I feel like I'm just the instrument. That's the other thing. I feel like we artists, or we musicians, songwriters, we don't do the songs. The songs tell us what they need.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's a beautiful way to look at it. I definitely, I resonate with that a lot.
Yeah.
Are you currently, right now, are you working on new material, or how is your creative flow going right now?
I'm doing songs with my band, my new band, Limelight.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. It's been so interesting as well. Yeah, like remember when I told you with one of my projects that I told you that we were lucky and like it was so easily to jam?
Yeah.
I feel that this is happening again.
Cool.
And like these guys were with I'm playing with, they are younger, and I'm telling them like, we guys, we are lucky. We should like, I don't know, enjoy this as much as we can because I'm telling you, this is not going to repeat very often.
It's special.
We are so ready to like give shows now, like give a proper show. And yeah, we've just been working lots, like doing songs, trying to find our sound and experimenting lots.
Cool.
I play with Alex in the drums. He's Canadian, from Vancouver, I guess. June, he plays bass. He's from Korea, South Korea, and me Mexican. And yeah, I don't know, like this language transition, it's been kind of hard on me. Like, I feel like now I'm doing it better, but like the first months, the first year, it was like, especially in music, like I came from a creative blogging, and then you add that the language transition, and it's like it make it hard on me to make songs. I made a couple in English, and I'll say that I'm just finding a new me and writing songs in English. Yeah.
So that's how your current songs with Limelight are written in English?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't know, when I came here, I actually didn't plan to like keep going with Aquiles Tarumba project here because the language, right? I don't know, I wanted to connect with the community here, and like even when I sing songs in Spanish, they could sound good for you guys, but you're not understanding what I'm saying, and that's I don't know, I appreciate lots the lyrics. I'm a lyric guy, and that's how you connect with people. Yeah, music connects in some way, but like lyrics, it's just like the click engage, you know, and that's why I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, I'm a lyrics girl, so I get where you're coming from. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always zoned in on trying to figure out what the meaning of the song is. That's like where my ears are focused on. But not everyone is either, you know? Some people are just in it for, does it sound good? Does it feel good?
Yeah.
You know? Everyone's different,
definitely.
but yeah, I know what you mean. That's how I feel too. What role do you think living here in northern BC, like how has that changed in like shaping your artistic identity, if any?
It's definitely changing. It's like getting somewhere, I don't know where, and I'm just exploring and just letting it be.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell clearly what is it, but like it's definitely something, and I don't know, I'm going somewhere, I don't know where, but like yeah, it's just building up something.
So your solo project, the name, you go by Aquiles Tarumba. Can you explain to our English-speaking listeners
Okay.
what that means?
So Aquiles is my name, and Tarumba, I grabbed that word inspired on poem collection from a Mexican poet called Jaime Sabines, and he did this poem collection called Tarumba, and Tarumba means a mad person, a crazy person, but also it means like dummy, like confused. And yeah, I feel like I'm all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking it up to see what the translation was, and one word that came up was like dizzy was another one.
Yeah.
Dizzy, yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to check in with you to see what that meant in your own words.
Yeah, but definitely it was more inspired because all the poems is
Right.
so nice.
Yeah. Can you tell us what your favorite thing is about sharing your music?
Exactly that, just sharing, I guess, like I don't know, like I feel like every cool human thing doesn't make sense if you don't share it. I love when I just put my art out there and like I had feedback or I touch souls or whatever you want to call it.
Connect
and it's so, connect. And
yeah.
I love that. I loved also listening like new music, like cool projects. Like I love songwriting circles, like when the guitar is just passing and just like listening to each other's songs. I'm just like, I feel like I just have a poet soul, like bohemian soul. Yeah.
Last question for this portion of the interview. Where do you see yourself as a musician in the next 5 years? Like, what's next for you?
It's so weird because also, when I came here to Canada, to be honest, I was planning to quit music. But suddenly things started happen, and so natural. And it's like, okay, let's just see and what happens. And nowadays, I feel like I'm just surfing the wave, visualizing, like, where am I going? I'm just, surfing the wave, enjoying the time and having a good time. So, I know till the end of my days, I'm going to keep writing songs, but, like, maybe sharing it in a different ways. I don't know. I'm just surfing the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I love it. Okay, now we're going to move into our song exploration portion of the hour, where we're going to check out 2 tunes from Aquiles Tarumba.
Y atardecer con el sol que en vano brilló. Y si es verdad que no me puedes ni siquiera mirar, con dolor te de enterrar.
We just heard the song Atardecer El Vals, which translates in English to Sunset Waltz. Correct? Okay, good.
Or Sunset the Waltz.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Google Translate can do a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
What a beautiful song. I was saying, as we were listening to it, I really love the surprise, to me anyways, of the trumpet that trickles in after the lyrics. It feels like it's its own response to what's going on in the lyrics of the song, to me. Can you tell me about the song? Like a bit of how it came to be?
Yeah. Well, I basically wrote this song, trying to put in the lyrics or share like this lost feeling, like you're losing someone, but also like in a parallel universe of that same feeling. It just reminded me one day that I escaped from home when I was like 4 or 5. I was watching TV with my mom, and she was watching their show, and I wanted to change it to cartoons, and I'm like, can I take the control and like change it to another channel? And she was like, no, I'm watching my show. And I'm like, I was so sad and mad, and I'm like, if you don't give me the control, I'm gonna leave home. And she was like, oh yeah, of course, you're 4 years old. Yeah, right. And she just laughed, and I'm like, this is serious, I'm gonna do it. And like, yeah, I was like the movies or cartoons, I just grab a stick and like with my treasures, my things in a cloth, and like put it in my shoulder, and I just started to walk. Yeah. And I was getting like kind of far away from my home. It was this sunset, and I was like, what should I do? Should I go back and see if they're looking for me, or should I just go? And I'm like, let's go back and see if it like what happened, like if they're looking, or like, yeah, if they're worried about me. And I came back, and I went to a corner, and I just looked to see like if there was someone outside of my place. And suddenly I felt like a hand on my shoulder, like, here you are, yeah, like, where have you been? What you were doing, blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember what happened next. But, like, the person who found me was my cousin, the oldest of all the cousins. And he told me once that when he asked me where I was planning to go, like, to run away, he told me that I said to the sun.
Oh.
And yeah, like it's like all these kind of feelings, like the lost feeling and all these memories of my childhood.
Yeah.
And this memory, and yeah, it's like kind of about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really, I can picture that fully in my head. Little tiny you walking up a hill, going towards towards the sun, leaving. Oh, how about the recording process for the song? How did that come to be?
My bestie helped me to record this back in Mexico, in Morelia, and wow, he's such a great artist and good producer and audio engineer and everything. He's a champ. First time when I pictured this song, I realized that I wanted to do something like Chet Baker, and yeah, this is the result. Like, I asked some friends to record some instruments, drums and trumpet mainly. I was kind of afraid to do like bass myself, but in the end I got inspired because of Quao. He pushed me like, man, you don't need to like ask anyone to come and record a bass. You can do it. Like, just try it. And I'm like, okay. And I did it, and it sounded cool. I think we did something interesting. Yeah. It's so cool because this is the first time when I'm record a song and the result is the same as I imagined it in the first time.
Yeah.
This is the first time that this happened to me. Always, I'm like doing my songwriting process, and like I had the idea, and then we produce the songs and end up doing like different things.
That's pretty great. A good feeling to have.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next song called La Luz.
Sucede que me estoy descosiendo.
Okay, beautiful. Can you tell me about the song and perhaps the meaning behind it?
Oh yeah. This is a special song for me, actually. I wasn't doing it very well in that time. It was, like dark months, maybe years. And I don't know, I had these memories in my head about people telling me that I'm like a person made of light. And in this dark period of my life, I was like, okay, if people say so, this is a time to prove it and light my way because I'm lost. And that's like kind of the feeling. And that's actually the chorus. Like, if it's true that we're made of light, this is a time to prove it because and light my way.
It's different than the first song we were just listening to. Piano is, I would say, like the most present instrument in the song. When did you decide to start playing piano? Like you were mentioning that you feel like you don't play it well. I don't know, your words, not mine. I think it's great. But when did you, make that transition and start to play the keys a little bit?
I don't know. It was just one day that I was just messing around with the instrument, and then I found like these chords, and I'm like, okay, try variations, and then I found like this kind of arpeggio thing, and then suddenly I started singing. I'm like, ooh, I can sing and play. This is awesome. And I just let myself go, and it was so nice. But I never imagined that I could play that and sing. It was so easy to me, and it was like, I feel like I'm just playing around with the instruments and like a child, like kind of thing. And when I found something, it's like, ooh, let's something with this. Yeah, let's do something with this.
Did you find the product of the song different? Like, do you feel like if you were to start that on guitar, writing a similar vibe, going through those emotions, do you think it would have been a totally different song?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, it could be way different than it is right now. Yeah. Like, it totally gives it some sort of different character to the songs and like, like the vibe of the song, it's like, that's what it needed. Yeah, it just felt right. Also, I like to say, for example, the strings. The strings arrangement wasn't made by me. I didn't write it. It was made by my ex-partner in the band from Expedition Humboldt, the drummer. The drummer was the one who made the strings arrangement for this song. And it was so cool what he did. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then with the choral explosion as well is really nice. Yeah. Yes. How was the recording process different from your first single that you released? Did you record it at the same, like with your same friend at the studio, or? Yes. So Quao helped me to record the strings, and then I recorded piano with another friend, and this other friend was the one who mixed and mastered the song.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here in studio with us today for the Northern Static series on CFUR Radio. And I'm so excited to hear what's next for you. I'm excited to check out your new band here in Prince George Limelight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And we're really looking forward to hearing some more of your solo material here on the Northern Static series.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. You're awesome. Thanks for everything.
No voy a caer al fondo otra vez. tenemos que aprender cuando la vida es cruel. Nos ilusionamos y resbalamos para entender que nada permanecerá. No voy a negar que cuesta abandonar. Los días pasarán con todo y su dolor. Nos ilusionamos y resbalamos, caímos lejos, nos reencontramos para entender que nada permanecerá, que nada es para siempre igual, que nada permanecerá, que nada es para siempre igual. Ofrecimos todo y me ofusqué el alma tratando con ganas de no caer de nuevo, pero fue inútil. Este barril sin fondo nos tragó enteros para hacernos recordar. Entregamos todo y no fue suficiente para darnos cuenta que el vuelo es la salvación. Y sin embargo atamos nuestras alas para decimos todo, entregamos todo. Estas palabras, tengo un parásito en la cabeza que toma el control cuando pierdo las riendas. No es fácil si se ama. Tengo mi voluntad tan frágil que a veces me cuesta ponerme de pie. Tengo este cuerpo tan flaco y maltrecho que pide a gritos que pare el dolor. Tristezas que me han convertido en piedra. Tengo problemas para encontrar respuestas. Tengo mi voluntad, pero no te tengo. encontrar respuestas. Ten